All right, we are live on YouTube. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Eli. Glad you could all join me here today for this very special show here on the main channel, GNA, Genuine Personal Development. I'm going to be continuing to do the in-studio streams on the main channel here throughout the rest of the year to get a little more content on here. And then during the new year, we're going to start to get some more pre-recorded content out here and some YouTube shorts, and these in-studio live streams will join the Walking with Purpose streams back on the live streaming channel GNA2, Genuine Live Personal Development. Make sure if you're not subscribed already to GNA2, go below in the description and make sure you're subscribed. The link is down below, like I said, in the description. And it's been quite some time since I've done one of these in-studio streams, and I have a lot to talk about here today. This is going to be more of a community news type of stream, but, you can also learn a thing or two or three or four about personal development and how to better behave and how to not behave. You can always learn a lesson, but I've got a lot to talk about here. We'll get to that in just a few. But before we get to that, let me first of all make sure that everything is rolling smoothly. Let me check out the back end of YouTube. And it looks like the back end of YouTube is rolling well. And let me also make sure that the YouTube notification has gone out. And it looks like it has. Let me do a sound check. Make sure if you're not subscribed already to GNA2, go below the description and make sure you subscribe. The link is down below, like I said, in the description. And it's been quite some time since I've done one of these in-studio streams, and I have a lot to talk about here today. This is going to be more of a community news type of stream, but, you can also learn a thing or two or three or four. All right. Everything is rolling well. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done one of these in-studio streams, and went to bed early last night. My lady, Dawn, and I went to bed early last night, and I got up a few hours ago and got right to work. And, I noticed some things, and I just felt the need to put my thoughts on certain things and clear the air, hopefully, finally, once and for all. Let's see here. Yeah. I mean, as always, I've got zero tolerance for trolling. You trolling, I'm just going to ban you. I'm not going to ban you for using an emoji or saying sounds great. Thank you for that. I take a lot of pride in my audio and video. But yeah, people know the rules here. No trolling, no attacking, no hating. As long as you're not doing that and you're taking the message seriously, then you're welcome to chat. Now, I was debating on whether I was going to talk about these things or not. I decided to talk about it one time here today because I really want to go to bat for people that I care for, especially people that have been amazing supporters. Tia, for example, is an amazing woman. She's been an amazing supporter that's been a part of my network here for almost a year now. And she's getting scrutinized and ridiculed in ridiculous ways for just being honest and real and down to earth. And I really felt the need to go to bat for her. But not just her. Other people too. Like my good friend Sandra Palacio, who's been a part of my network here for, I think, about 6 years now, Sandra. And I'm doing this for you as well. I'm doing this for my girlfriend, Dawn. And I'm doing this for all the good people out there. And I'm also even doing this for the people that are creating these issues. because I want to put out a very strong message here today and say, hey, when is enough going to be enough? And what I share here today, with no disrespect intended, is going to make you look stupid, because facts speak for themselves, right? If you can go to Google and look something up and it proves that what you're saying is wrong, that's going to automatically make you look bad. And maybe you don't care because all you care about is getting any reaction from me and feeding that reaction to a small group of my haters that are paying you money to talk about me in any way, shape, or form. So you got to keep the facade up, right? And I'm going to prove more of that here today as well, right? But I'm not here to kick anyone down or ridicule anyone. I've always said that. I'm here to share the truth. I'm here to clear the air, because a lot of people are either massively confused or they know the truth and they're just choosing to ignore the truth because they are miserable people, and miserable people don't want to see anyone be happy, let alone myself. So even though I firmly believe a lot of people in the audiences of these creators that are flat out lying and making shit up about me, they know the truth, they're just letting it go because they're miserable, and if they can support anyone that's attacking someone like me that's positive, it makes them feel better about themselves. And honestly, there are many better ways for you to invest your time and deal with your issues that are making you feel shitty, right? There are many other things you can do to work through any mental or emotional issues you may have, or trauma that's unresolved, because that's what this all boils down to. There are psychiatrists, psychologists, etc., right? But you're the people that are going to come out and say, I need a psychologist or psychiatrist, right? Instead of focusing more on bettering yourself and doing the right things to better yourself, you're more concerned with kicking other people down because you feel that's the form of therapy that is going to resolve your issues. All that does is put a Band-Aid on your issues. All that does is temporarily satisfy you, and it does not address the underlying issue. The problems are still going to be there, right? So I'm doing this for Tia. I'm doing this for Sandra Palacio. I'm doing this for my girlfriend, Dawn. I'm doing this for Queen Helen Casey. I'm doing this for Donna. I'm doing this for Lewis Fuller, Alex the Beer Master, and many other great people that have been a part of my organization. But I'm also doing this for the general public. I'm doing this for all the good people out there. And I'm also doing this for the people that are creating these issues, because honestly, it's really time for you to move on and do something more productive with your time, and spend your time figuring out what's causing you to react and behave this way and focusing on correcting that, instead of, creating dumb content on YouTube, making up shit about people like myself because that's what your audience is paying you to do. And that's, again, all this boils down to. And I don't care. I'm not worried about the money. I don't care that they're doing it. I'm just putting this out here today, and whatever will be, right? So let's start off by I'm going to talk about Jamie's Corner. I'm just going to mention names, first names. I don't care anymore. I might mention some channel names, other channel names I won't mention. I'm just going to do what I feel like doing. So we're going to talk about Jamie's Corner, who recently had her channel terminated. We're going to talk about you as well, Tammy, but we're not going to mention your channel. We're also going to talk about you, Dana, who runs the Adventure AZ channel. And we're also going to briefly talk about Mr. Legion himself. Mr. Legion none of this is going to be bad. I think you know what's going on. But a lot of this stems back to you because this is your network that you built over the years. You're the one that built the Coach Eli Hate Network, right? And everyone I've mentioned here, Tammy, Jamie's Corner, and even somewhat Dana Adventure AZ, she's now trying to leverage this group, and she's been leveraging this group for a while. Everything stems back from you and myself. Let's just flat out put it out there, right? That's the truth of the matter. Okay? Excuse me. So, Jamie's Corner had her channel terminated for multiple violations of third-party copyright infringement. Her latest channel was shut down for getting 3 copyright strikes, or possibly even more. But all it takes is 3 to take a channel down, right? And from what I've seen through the grapevine and what people have sent me and what I've seen on my own and what I've heard is I'm being blamed for taking her channel down. And here's the thing, Jamie and Tammy, Jamie's Corner. I'm talking about female Jamie. We'll refer to Jamie's Corner as female Jamie. We'll refer to the Legion guy as male Jamie. And we'll refer to Tammy as Tammy, right? Okay? So Jamie, female Jamie and Tammy, you both know 100% I did not take her channel down. Now, let me be clear. If she was using my content and there was enough of my content on there to file 3 copyright strikes, I would have filed them and taken her channel down. So that's the truth of the matter. Because I've taken her channels down before for violating my copyright. 2 times. You're right, Jamie. I've taken your channels down 2 times in the past, right? But this time, I did not take your channels down because you weren't using any of my content. You weren't making any videos on me, and you weren't using any of my copyrighted stuff on your community wall, right? So let me ask you this, Jamie, female Jamie, Jamie's Corner, and Tammy. How could I be responsible for taking Jamie's Corner or Jamie's Corner's channel down when there was none of my copyrighted material on there to flag for copyright, and she was removed for copyright infringement? Both of you, Jamie and Tammy, know I did not take your channel down. But you want to sell it to your audience, Tammy, that I took her channel down when I didn't, and I'm going to more so prove it right now. And if you want to continue to spin this facade out of context and slander my name, and listen, I'm not going to sue anyone for slander. I'm not going after anyone, but it is slander. You are slandering me. But I'm not going to do a thing about it, because what I'm going to more so say is that you're a big hypocrite, Tammy, because you accuse people of slandering you, but you're slandering people too. You're slandering me. You're slandering me when you know 100% I did not take her channel down. Now, Jamie's Corner built her channel to what, 27,000 subscribers? This was a few years back. She came back after having Jamie's Corner 2.0 shut down, and then she started Jamie's Corner 3.0. And she started to upload YouTube shorts of the hit sitcom back in the 70s called All in the Family with Archie Bunker. Remember Archie Bunker, right? Now, Jamie's Corner obviously does not understand copyright law. And let's remember, Jamie's Corner lives in Canada, where copyright laws are different than U.S. copyright laws. Some copyright laws are similar globally, but most of them are different in every country. Now, let me show you, and you could do this yourself, Jamie's Corner and Tammy. And Tammy, you've already done it because you research everyone. So you research this and you already know the answer, but you're playing it off like I'm the one creating the issues because you need to cater that to your audience of Eli haters to keep paying you, right? You know I'm right about that. And no, that's not slander. No, that's not defamation. That's called the truth, Tammy. That's called the truth. Now, let me make sure the sound is still good because it's been a while since I've done one of these. Give me a second here. U.S. copyright laws. Some copyright laws are similar globally, but most of them... All right. We're still rolling well. Haven't done an in-studio stream for many, many weeks. But hey, once you learn to ride a bike, you never forget, right? So let's go ahead and switch over to the browser screen, okay? Come on. Why is this not showing there? There it goes. All right. If you go to Google, you see at the top here, I want you to go to Google and type this in yourself so you don't think that I made this up. You go to Google and type in, is All in the Family in U.S. public domain? And I love the AI overview. That's pretty cool, actually. There are some pretty cool things about AI, and there are a lot of things about AI I don't like, but there are cool things about AI that are great. Like right here, it says, yes, All in the Family is in the public domain in the United States because it was published between 1929 and 1977 without a copyright notice. So back in that time, this is where the difference of U.S. copyright laws is compared to Canadian copyright laws. Between 1927 and 1977, you did not get an automatic copyright like you do nowadays on anything that you create. Okay? You had to file a copyright with the Copyright Office. So in the U.S., All in the Family was never copyrighted, so it's in the public domain. Works published in the U.S. before 1924 are automatically in the public domain and can be used without permission. Works published between 1923 and 1977 were given a 95-year term by the 1998 Copyright Term Extension Act. Okay? Works written by a single author after 1977 are not in the public domain until 70 years after the author's death. Works written by multiple authors after 1977 are not in the public domain until 70 years after the death of the last surviving author. Now, I'm going to go and share with you folks the Canadian side of things here, and then I'm going to go to a website that will clearly explain public domain, fair use, copyright, all that, okay? Give me a second here. So let's go ahead and switch over here, okay? Now you go to Google and type in, is All in the Family in Canada public domain? No. All in the Family is not in the public domain in Canada, Jamie's Corner and Tammy. That means it is a copyrighted show there. And that means when you use any parts of that show without permission of the copyright owner or holder, you are subject to copyright takedowns. Just like my good friend and one of my best supporters, Tia, stated the same thing. And then you screenshot that, Tammy, and ridiculed her for being honest and truthful. Here's the thing. I don't care if you don't like me. I don't care if you don't like Tia. I don't care if you don't like Dawn or anyone. The truth is the truth. You can do a simple Google search and look this up on your own. Public domain in Canada. In Canada, published works are in the public domain 70 years after the author's death. This change took effect on December 30th, 2022, and no new works will enter the public domain until January 1st, 2043. Down below, it says public domain in the United States. All of the families in the public domain in the United States because it was published between 1929 and 1977 without a copyright notice. The laws are different in Canada where you live, Jamie. You're a Canadian channel. You're a Canadian channel, and you were taken down for copyright infringement by whoever owns the rights to All in the Family in your country of Canada. So quit blaming me for taking you down, Jamie's Corner. Quit blaming me, Tammy, for taking Jamie's Corner down. All these sock accounts that are run by you, Mr. Legion guy, male Jamie, quit blaming me, and other people that are involved, quit blaming me when all of you already know the truth. You just want to try to make me look bad in front of your audience of Eli haters because I am profitable to you, and that's all this boils down to. And now more and more of the public are going to see this. And that's why I'm doing this show, because sometimes you just got to say screw it and put it out there, because people are going to continue to roll with something that's a lie, and some people are going to believe it unless someone like me comes out and clearly shows you definitively that you're all wrong and you're all lying on purpose. That's all it boils down to. Spin this any way you want, but the truth is the truth. The facts are the facts. Google it yourself, right? All right. Now, let's go over here to this website. Okay. This is from the Amherst College website, and they're talking about copyright and fair use. Now, I need to move this over a little bit because of the way that this is formatted. I got to move it over. And let me see if I can actually make this any bigger. Tim Carr, hey Eli, hi chat. How you doing, Tim? First time here? Or are you somebody that we know? It's all good either way. Welcome to the show. Great to see you here. Copyright and fair use. Okay, we're not going to read this first part here. We're going to scroll down to right here where it says material in the public domain. Okay. You may use work in the public domain without seeking permission so long as your use is not defamatory or in violation of other laws unrelated to copyright. So even for something that's in the public domain, you can use it, but you still have to use it within reason. You have to have reasonable usage of it. You can't just use public domain works to, defame the people in the work, especially if it's video or whatever, if it's video or if it's a picture or whatever, right? You got to use it within reason, okay? And you can't violate laws outside of copyright, okay? What's in the public domain? Everything published before 1929 with or without a copyright notice. Okay? So before 1929, this is for the US, okay? In Canada, it's different. Before 1929, okay, everything published before that time, with or without a copyright notice, is in the public domain. Published work, with or without a copyright notice, created pre-1929. Okay, that pretty much speaks for itself. Okay, so you can use anything before 1929 within reason. Okay. All work published without a copyright notice between 1929 and 1977 is in the public domain. Same thing, right? And that's exactly where All in the Family falls into place. So here's the thing, Jamie's Corner. If you lived in the US and you had a US-based YouTube channel, your channel would not have gone down, more than likely. You still have to use public domain works within reason, okay? They can't be defamatory. So again, you were shut down because the laws in Canada are different for copyright than in the US. This exception here to published works without a copyright notice between 1929 and 1977 are in the public domain. Now, before 1929, with or without a copyright notice, they're in the public domain because enough time has passed. Okay? Unpublished work created before 1978 enters the public domain 70 years after the creator's death. So that speaks for itself. So any work that's unpublished, meaning that you created it, but you didn't put it out to the public, right? So, for example, my Genuine Networking Association, or GNA star, that you see on the main screen, if I go back here, okay, if you look at the star right there, okay, I have a copyright on that, and I'm in progress of getting my trademark back, okay? But copyrights and trademarks are different. Any image you make, anything that you create anything that you create nowadays, you get an automatic copyright on it, okay? Automatic copyright. And that's whether you publish it or not, okay? But the laws were different back then, and they've changed. So let's continue here, okay? So unpublished work created before 1978 enters the public domain 70 years after the creator's death, okay? So work that you have not put out, like I have my GNA star out, that's considered published, okay? That's why I mentioned that. I wanted to give that example of something that's been published, okay? Facts, statistics, and compilations thereof published at any time. So facts, statistics, and compilations are automatically public domain, with or without a copyright notice. So technically, even if you copyrighted them, they're public domain. People can use that information and talk about it without any fear of, being taken down for copyright or being sued for copyright infringement. Everything published by the U.S. government at any time is automatically public domain. Well, yeah, they want the public to know about it. That's a given. Everything published by the U.S. government at any time is automatically in the public domain. Material under copyright, okay? What is copyright? Works or work published with a copyright notice 1929 through 1978 until 95 years after publication. So, anything between 1929 and 1978, you had to file for a copyright through the U.S. Copyright Office. If you didn't automatically get a copyright. Unpublished work created before 1978 for 70 years after death of creator. That speaks for itself there, okay. Work created, published, or not after 1978 is copyrighted until 95 years after the death of the author. Published or not, with or without copyright notice, and created post 1978. So, because of all the new laws here, and this is actually great for the digital world we live in, because there are so many infringers out there. Anything that was created after 1978, whether you publish it or you just create it and never put it out, you have an automatic copyright, okay? So right now, even though, let's go back. Well, you know what? I didn't go back to the other screen here. Let me show you this. Sorry about that. So you folks can see this here, okay? We went, work published without a copyright notice, 1929 through 78, until 95 years after publication. Unpublished work created before 1978 for 70 years after death of the creator. And then work created, published or not, after 1978 is copywritten until 95 years after the death of the author. Okay, sorry, I was on the wrong screen there. So that's all I wanted to show you there. Let's go back to the main screen. Again, this is my GNA star there. And like I said a bit ago, even though my trademark has not registered yet, it will within the next few months or so. I have an automatic copyright on the star because I created it, I designed it. Okay, and copyright and trademark infringement are two different things. Hey, Tia, how are you doing? 1 minute delay between what I say and what goes out. Tia says, good morning. And she says, furthermore, hello, other side, and Tim Carr. All right. So, Tia, if you missed the first part, go back and check out the replay. I went to bat for you because you put out a comment, and I'm just putting it out there. Tammy blasted you, because she said you were wrong when you were 100% right. I just totally proved 100% why Jamie's Corner had her channel taken down for copyright infringement. And they're trying to blame me. They're trying to blame you. This group of people, all they're trying to do is make it appear like we're the villains here. And they're doing that because they want to feed that to their audience that's paying them to create that content. That's what the audience wants, and that's what people like Tammy are giving them, right? That's all it boils down to, Tammy. That's it. Say what you got to say. Keep on making all your postings, your irrational, erratic postings, and say what you got to say. But in this case, this speaks for itself. You can come back and try to debunk this all you want, but there's nothing to debunk. How about you do this, Tammy? How about you ask Jamie's Corner to show you the copyright takedown notice, and YouTube sends you by email and tells you in the back end of YouTube who filed the copyright. How about you show that? Jamie's Corner, how about you show us publicly who filed the copyright on you? Okay? And don't try to use some fancy AI and try to throw my name in there, because here's the thing, okay? You had none of my content on your channel. There's nothing I could have filed on. And if there was, I would have done it. I'm admitting, if you used my content, Jamie's Corner, I would have taken you down. Proudly. But there was none of my content there. Show us your back end of YouTube. Do a live stream and show us live and unedited who took you down for copyright. And let me tell you something. I don't expect an apology from you, because I don't think that you're capable of giving one, or you're in the right mental or emotional mindset to give one. I hardly ever talk about you, but you seem to want to trash talk me all the time just for being alive. And you've never changed in the 6 years that I've known you, Jamie's Corner. You've been the same person. You've been an unhappy, miserable person that's coming out here on YouTube and attacking people for no good reason that have never even talked about you, or if they have, they've said nothing bad about you. Thank you, my friend, says Tia. You're welcome. Tia, I had to do this because you know what? You're one of the best supporters Don and I have ever had and probably ever will have. And you deserve to be vindicated. You deserve to be recognized for the good human being you are. And you don't deserve to be ridiculed and chastised and slandered by a bunch of immature, insecure, mentally and emotionally unstable morons on this platform that have no content without me. That's the bottom line. I'm gonna take a break here in a second, and I'm gonna come back for another 30 minutes or so. We're at 36 minutes. And we're gonna talk about Adventure AZ Dana. Because Dana, you've been putting out a lot of community postings lately, and a lot of your community postings, they do make sense, but the rapid fire level you're putting them out is making me wonder about some things, right? And then you, Tammy, have not even responded to Dana one time. I'm not going to say I wonder why. I know exactly why. And we're going to talk more about that after the break. Because, see, here's the thing, Tammy. Your true colors are automatically showing here. No matter what you say, people are going to understand. People are beginning to see that the only reason why you're making any money or getting any traction on your channel is because you talk about me every day. Obsessively talking about me every day. And I don't care. Keep doing that. I don't care. Dana, I don't care if she talks about me. But anyway, more about that after the break. Okay? So I'm going to queue up some royalty-free YouTube music. Take a quick break here. Tia says, in all honesty, JC has been so negative in every comment I've seen of hers. Well, she's got serious emotional issues, Tia. She's been the same way. I've known her for over 6 years. Close to 6 years. And she's never changed. I have never seen her have a positive attitude with anyone or regarding anything. And I'm not the only one that will say that. So obviously there's some unresolved trauma that she's dealing with, and she's using YouTube as a major outlet. Because here's the thing. If I've done something wrong, I will own it. But this woman blaming me and flat out lying, slandering, which I don't care. I'm not going to sue anyone, but this woman blaming me for taking her channel down when it was the Canadian copyright holder / owner of All in the Family, because All in the Family is not in the public domain in Canada like it is here in the US. And anyone could do a Google search and do that. And they already did that, but they want to play it off like I'm this horrible person that just constantly does bad things. And I got to the point of where, I'm done. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to put it out there. And here's the thing, Jamie's Corner. I made mistakes back in the days trying to defend myself. You want to share screenshots? Put whatever you want, put it out, Jamie's Corner. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. What's done is done. I was dealing with many people back then that were attacking me for no reason, and I was learning the YouTube ropes, and I said some things I didn't mean. And let me tell you something. I don't mind if Tia sees that. Tia knows who I really am. People know who I really am, and people know that even honest people make mistakes, right? But what's more, excuse me, what's more fascinating here is the fact that you're trying any way possible to hurt me or take me down. And you're not doing that because you want to hurt me. You're doing that because you're hurt and you're trying to mask your pain. You're thinking that, oh, if I can take Eli down and stop Eli from running his mouth on YouTube, I'll feel so much better about myself. Man, why don't you just work on bettering yourself outside of YouTube? Get some therapy, counseling, whatever you need, right? Join the emotional support group. Do something, to better yourself the right way, not by trying to torment and take other people down. And that's what's going to make you feel better, is taking other people down, right? That's ridiculous, man. Anyway, so let's see here. All right, music is all queued up. I'm going to step away for maybe a 7 or 8 minute break or so, maybe a little bit less. And when we return, Adventure AZ, Dana, more coming. Tammy, more coming. We're going to talk about this, and we're going to nip it in the butt once and for all. And if you folks want to keep talking about me, that's fine. But, if people see this stream here, they're going to know that you're all full of it. You're just making things up to keep feeding the Coach Eli audience that's paying you money and giving you the views that you're getting. And once you stop talking about me, you're out of business. With that being said, stick around. We'll be right back. we're back, and we're about to hear my most favorite song in the entire YouTube audio library. It is Ethan Mixel and Double Helix. Hit it, Ethan, hit it. Hit it. I can't even talk anymore. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Rip it, Ethan. Rip it, baby. Rip it. Yeah, we're back. We're back. We're back. Energy up. Energy up. Energy up. Energy up. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Settle down, coach. You got a show to run. Well, I'm not the coach anymore, but some guy used to say, settle down, coach. You got a show to run. Shout out to you, a Sicily A10, if you're still around anywhere, man. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Eli, live here on YouTube, live here on the main channel, GNA, Genuine Personal Development. We're doing the live in-studio streams here until the rest of the year, and in 2025, these will return back to GNA2, Genuine Live Personal Development. Hope you're all having a great day. If you missed the first part of the show, please make sure you go back and check out the replay. You cannot rewind here while we're live. The DVR is set off because I want people engaging while we're live and not going back and watching the beginning of the show while we're still live, right? We want you to engage. But yeah, check out the show, especially if you've been a part of my community for the last several years or even the last 6+ years, and you know a lot of the backstory. This is going to answer a lot of questions and make a lot of sense, okay? So that is that. But before we get back to it, let's let Ethan bring us back in. Yeah. All right. And just as a reminder, there is a 1-minute delay between what I say and what goes out. I have that as a safety measure on these in-studio streams in case, myself or if I have a guest on says something that we don't want to go out, we can just dump the delay and it's all good. And then YouTube will just piece it together on the replay like nothing ever happened, right? Isn't that great? All right, before we get back to the second part of the show here, I'm only going to be on probably another 30 minutes or so. I really want to put it out there to those of you that have known me for a while, and those of you that have known about my girlfriend, Dawn, for the last over 3 years that we've been together. I want you all to know everything is going well. Dawn is doing absolutely fantastic. If you're not aware, Dawn is taking a YouTube sabbatical. That's the term to use nowadays on YouTube, a YouTube sabbatical, meaning that she's taking the rest of the year off. Now, who knows? Who knows? She might make a special appearance, maybe once or twice in a pre-recorded video or something like that. Who knows? But she's taking the time off to get her nutrition back on track. She has a nutritionist, and all of that is going well. And when she does finally decide to come back, probably at the beginning of 2025, you're just going to see some amazing stuff. So you're going to want to hang around and stick around for that. A lot more members-only content will be coming on GNA2, Genuine Live Personal Development. We might even start doing some members-only content here on the main channel. I'll share more information on that over the next few months or so. During the remainder of this year, 2024. Let's see. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, Tia, thank you for blocking that troll. It's okay. I can answer the questions. I'm not afraid to answer questions. Pickle says, why do you threaten to mass flag people and then act like you're not? I'm not threatening anyone. Well, I'm just telling people that if you violate my copyright, if you want to use my content constructively for criticism, in the ways that fair use was meant to be used, I have no problem with that. But people abuse my content, and that's what I tell people I will flag them down for. And I have the right to do that. So, I mean, if you felt the need to come in here and just say that, then I hope that makes you feel better that you got it out. Now Tia banned you, and we're moving on to bigger and better things. But I'm pretty transparent about it. Look, you know, if people misuse my content, more than likely I'm going to take it down. Just like you folks would do the same thing to me. I'm sure most of you are flagging me, but there's nothing to flag. I don't violate copyright, and I don't violate community guidelines. So there you go. Does that answer your question? I mean, I don't know what more to say. And I'm trying to be nice to you. All right. But anyway, Don and I have been focusing on a lot of great stuff behind the scenes, preparing for 2025. We've been working with Tia and Sandra and some other people behind the scenes because in 2025, the Genuine Networking Association, or GNA for short, is going to come out with a bang. We're in the middle of a GNA membership drive happening more so on GNA2, Genuine Life Personal Development, where I do the Walking with Purpose streams. Yesterday, we did day 3 of the GNA membership drive, and later today will be day 4. And so if you want to learn more about that, go and watch the latest stream on the other channel. Like I said, GNA2, Genuine Life Personal Development. The link to the channel is below in the description. Make sure you subscribe over there, bang the bell, and select all notifications, and you won't miss anything. But I have not been focused on really any drama at all. And I didn't even really want to talk about this today, but the bottom line is it's affecting a lot of people I care for. And it's so stupid to the point of where I felt the need to clear the air once and for all. And, if me speaking about this in the clearest layman's terms possible, if people still try to spin this out of context, especially, why why female Jamie's channel was removed, Jamie's Corner 3.0 channel was removed. If they want to spin that out of context and still say it's my fault after it's been proven that it's not, then that's on you. You want to waste your time on that? Like, if you as a creator want to continue to lie about that, to feed that to your audience, and if your audience wants to continue to buy that, or even if they want to continue supporting you knowing that it's not true just because they don't like me, just because they think it upsets me to donate money to you, then keep on doing that. If that's what makes you happy, keep on doing it. I'm just stating the facts. That's all. I'm stating the facts. And these are facts. Okay? So, yeah. I've just been more so spending time with my lady and just taking care of many other things. I've also mentioned recently that, other things that I'm doing, I'm not going to mention. Because if people find out about certain things and they try to derail those things for you that are, pretty much taking care of your livelihood, right? I'll just put it that way. Give me a second here. I heard the big dog bark, and now he's all good. Okay. All right, so let's continue here. Tia says hearts, 4 hearts to Don. Actually, she put Don's name in the middle of 2 hearts on the left and 2 hearts on the right. That's very nice. I'll let Don know about that, Tia. Thank you so much for that. And thank you for, continuing to be so kind to Don and myself and other great people here that are part of the GNA. All right, so what I want to talk about here is, and I just saw her. I guess she put out a video 17 minutes ago. Adventure AZ channel, which is run by a woman named Dana, that used to be a part of my channel, and I really don't have any problems with her. And I never had any problems with her until she started to ridicule me for the ways that I handled a situation that happened between myself and this woman named Tammy that I've been talking about, that still talks about me every day on her channel that we're not going to mention. And that's because Adventure AZ and Tammy were going at each other for many years. And a lot of this happened on a different platform called Kiwi Farms. You can do a search if you know these people's names. I'm not going to put their full names out. I'm not going to, create any privacy issues or anything like that. But I'm sure most of you, can find out their names if you want and look them up on Kiwi Farms and see a backstory on like anything you're going to see between this woman, Dana and Tammy, right? Now I understand, where Dana is coming from. See, last year, this woman Tammy basically duplicated my business and basically did that as a troll. Tia with the $50 super chat. Oh my God, big round of applause. Holy Moses. Holy Moses. There's a 1 minute delay between what I say and what goes out. I'm going to heart that. And then we're going to like that. And then we're going to reply. Thank you so much, Tia. You are amazing. AMAZING. Wow. You have started my day off great. You are truly a special friend. Which they're going to take that out of context, Tia, but we're great platonic friends. Wow. Tia, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And the audio will be catching up to you soon. Like, again, there's a 1 minute delay between what I say and what goes out. Thank you so much for the $50 super chat. That's just wow. And that's on the main channel. It all gets tied into the same Google AdSense account between both channels. But yeah, the super chat still works here too. Yeah, thank you for breaking in the super chat over here that hasn't been used in a while, T. Thank you. God bless you. She says, you are welcome. Yeah. Yeah, I was talking about you with Don earlier, Tia, and I was just saying, Tia is one of the most amazing people that we've ever come across in our life. Just the type of person that she is, the compassion and empathy that she has, is like second to none. And it's very rare that you come across people like that. And when you come across people like that, you need to appreciate it at the highest level and cherish it. And I wholeheartedly mean that, Tia. I'm not trying to blow smoke up your what or add a little extra fluff. I just, I'm very grateful and thankful for people like yourself, because it's very rare that you come across people like yourself. Again, thank you very much for your $50 super chat. I'm sure I'll thank you about 600 more times before we go off the air, and you'll get tired of hearing it, but you can never thank someone enough that's as gracious as yourself. Thank you. But anyway, back to, let me make sure the audio is still good. I forgot to check that again. Oh my God. Let me make sure that we're good. I hope we're good. Is like second to none. And it's very rare that you come across people like that. When you come across people like that, you need to appreciate it All right, we're rolling well. So yeah, so there was this court case between Tammy and I, and I wonder what YouTube would be without trolls. I beat you to that one, Tia. um, so Donna, welcome to the show, Donna. Big round of applause for being here, Donna. Big round of applause. Wow. It's so nice to see you here, Donna. I got to do more shows within your time zone. 3:30 p.m. here in the UK, so much better than 3:30 a.m. Hello all. Hey, Donna, 1 minute delay between what I say and what goes out. How are things going with you and your family? You doing well? Tia says, we have good, true friendships at the GNA. I feel blessed. Hey, Lacey, how you doing? Driving but listening. Hello, everyone. Hey, Lacey, I'm glad you probably got the notification or you probably saw the community posting on the GNA2 channel. And yeah, if you're not subscribed here, make sure you're subscribed as well. Bang the bell, select the notifications. And I hope the audio sounds good in your car. I hope you're listening on Bluetooth or Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. And yeah, I missed my Shure SM7B studio microphone here. I missed this microphone, so I got to start doing more in studio shows. Tia says, hey, Donna, I really appreciate all of you showing up here today. That this means a lot. Like, you have no idea how much this means to me for you folks to be here. But anyway, so hi, Lacey. Good to see you, says Tia. So yeah, there was this lawsuit between Tammy and I, and basically, she sued me for wrongfully, taking down her YouTube channel for impersonation. She was impersonating me. And she ended up taking me to court over it. And then I filed a countersuit for intentional infliction of emotional distress. She sued me for $2,500. I countersued for $10,000 for intentional infliction of emotional distress. She tried to throw out my countersuit 2 times before the court date, and she was unsuccessful at doing that. I'm just giving you a quick synopsis. And we decided to settle the case before, going to court, because I had enough evidence where I was confident I was going to win my side of the case and win the overall case, because, my organization has been around longer, and I've had a federal employer identification number longer. And, my star logo, even though it was trademarked initially, and then I lost the trademark due to a clerical error, and I've been trying to get it back, and I'm still working on that. I've always had a copyright on it. So, whenever you create an image, it's your copyright. So at the very least, her replicating my star logo with the same name is copyright infringement automatically. But anyway, we're not here to argue that. I'm just giving a little bit of the backstory, right? And so instead of going through the whole court process, we decided to settle. And this is where the Adventure AZ channel, Dana, had a problem. This is where she turned on me, because, she's been so upset at what Tammy has done to her that me settling the case to Dana came off as me giving up and giving in to Tammy, and that basically ticked off Dana to just start to chastise me. Now, I've explained this before, and I'll say it again. Adventure AZ Dana. Okay. I don't support anything Tammy does. I don't support anything anyone does within this group that Tammy and you and other people associate with. There's a bunch of drama, BS crap, and I don't support any of it at all. Lacey says, you sound great. Well, thank you so much. Donna says, all good. Thank you. I struggle with the 3:30 a.m. Walking with Purpose streams. It's fine. I've been keeping up. Well, thank you. Thank you, Donna. And yeah, feel free to talk with us behind the scenes. We're connected. By the way, oh yeah, Donna says, I am shocked at the vitriol that is targeted at you, Eli. If people don't like you for whatever reason, they don't have to listen. It's bizarre behavior. Well, it's about money, Donna. They're just trying to continue getting donations from the Coach Eli haters that are paying these creators money to just talk about me in any way, shape, or form, good, bad, or indifferent. That's all they're doing. It's more so being proven here today. But yeah, thank you for that. I appreciate that. So Adventure AZ, Dana was unhappy that I settled the case. And the reason why I settled it is because Tammy was going to appeal the case if she lost. So let's say that Tammy lost her case, but I won my counterclaim of intentional infliction of emotional distress. And I had plenty of proof. And the thing is, I never wanted it to get to this point. I didn't want to go to court. I didn't want to deal with any of this. This was all concocted by Tammy, right? This was a troll initially, and it still is a troll. She'll never admit it, but it was a troll, right? And so, because she was talking on her channel that she was going to appeal if she lost and I won, I'm like, it's not worth going any further. Because let's say that I won, she lost, and then she appealed. We would both have to get attorneys. That would cost a lot of money. And we'd be fighting this in court for a while. And the amount of time and money it would cost through court fees and attorney fees would be more than the $10,000 I would end up winning. So it didn't make sense to keep it going. I settled for $1,000 because that's what it was going to take for her to settle. That's what it was going to take for her to settle. I didn't like having to pay her that money. I wasn't too thrilled about it, but I was kind about it, and that resolved it, and that put it to rest. At least the case, right? That put it to rest. So it cost me $1,000, but it saved me a whole bunch of time, and time is money, Adventure AZ Dana. If I didn't settle that, we might have still been in court today, possibly. Or it would have at least lasted another 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. Time is money. Then it would cause stress. She would keep talking about it. The right thing to do was to settle, even though, yeah, it wasn't fair that it cost me $1,000. But honestly, that was the best thing to do, because that actually saved me time and money and saved her time and money, right? Why can't you understand that, Adventure AZ Dana? I've never hated you, and I've never even really hated Tammy or anyone, right? That's all this boils down to. What this boils down to is making the right move that's going to save the most amount of time and the most amount of money. Again, even if I won that case on the appeal, how much money would it have taken me to pay my attorney and the courts, and how much more time would have I lost where I could have been making money otherwise or in other ways, right? Tia says, Donna, I agree. They are unhappy and want to make money. Right. Donna says, sometimes it is easier to settle, draw a line, and move on. It was the correct decision to settle. Absolutely. Thank you, Donna. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Okay. Now, since that time, Tammy had a falling out with some people that, basically, Tammy's network was built off of other people, the male Jamie's network, okay? And apparently, apparently she had a fight with some of the main people in that network between Jamie and another one of Jamie's business partners, right? Now, I don't know if that fight is true or if that fight was a fake fight. And that was done, I'm guessing, allegedly. Let's use the word allegedly, assume. Okay? My opinion, this is not a fact because I don't know what the facts are, but, using deductive reasoning and common sense and knowing how these people work, I can assume that it was a fake fight. Now, it could be real. It might be real. And if it's real, then my apologies. But if it's not real, because Tammy had a fresh spin on the Eli content and more people were following her and watching her and paying her, who knows if all these people got together and now they're revenue sharing. I could be wrong, but I could also be right. That's my guess. That's my opinion. I am not stating a fact. I'm entitled to my opinion. Okay? But after this fight happened, I saw some information go out there saying that she settled for $1,000, but it cost her $5,000, so she lost $4,000. And the people that she was fighting with put that out there. So maybe this is a real fight. Maybe they have parted ways. Maybe putting that information out there was just a way to try to hook me back in to respond. And I didn't respond to all that. Today I'm responding to it one time because I wanted to stand up for Tia. And I really wanted to just clear the air up publicly to all the BS, right? Towards all the BS, right? So I believe that. I believe it cost her probably $5,000 because she had to get she had to get a business license in Redwood City. She had to incorporate, become an LLC in California. She's become a nonprofit now in Florida, right? And all this stuff cost her money to do, right? So she spent $5,000, recovered $1,000 to troll me. And maybe that's why she's now trying to recover that money, through the Coach Eli haters. Maybe that's what you're doing, ma'am. Now, that's not a fact. That's an assumption. That's a guess. That's my opinion. That's what I think you are doing. I'm not saying you're definitely doing that, but that's the way it appears. Okay? The bottom line is, Tammy, you're doing this 100% for the money. That's all you're doing it for. Nothing less, nothing more. You don't care about Dawn. You don't care about me. You don't care about trying to stunt my growth. You don't care about, trying to stop me from harming people. I'm not harming anyone. Now, I have some unorthodox methods that I've shared with people. Then those methods do work. I'm entitled to share those methods without being harassed. Now, you have the right to respond and share your opinions about whatever I talk about. But if you constantly do the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, day after day after day, that becomes harassment, bullying, right? Stalking, etc. And I've let it all go. I don't care because I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of anyone because I've done nothing wrong. I'm just putting this out there because maybe people might start to realize the truth about what's going on and what your motive of operation is, right? It's just to make money off my name because that's your audience. You're feeding your audience what they want. And if you stop talking about me, you have no audience and no money and you're out of business. And you have no relevancy. Now, you could do other things with your version of the GNA. We agreed as part of the settlement to coexist. Instead of focusing on growing your version of the GNA, You're running a trolling channel, catering that to Eli haters, anti-Eli people, and then you're coming at me telling me I'm doing all these vile things. Well, what about yourself? Look at what you're doing. Do you think what you're doing is normal? You talk about my living situation. You criticize my living situation, my girlfriend. You criticize my mother. You criticize how I make my money. Why do you care so much about how I live my life or what I do? I don't care about how you live your life and what you do. What I care about is the content you create. And that's what it should all boil down to. It should all boil down to, hey, what type of content do we create, and how can we, respond to someone with either constructive criticism or patting them on the back? But you take it far beyond that. You take it way far beyond that. And I'll tell you this, you're right about that, Dana. Adventure AZ Dana, you're right about that. She does take it a bit too far. And yes, you're right. I have more than enough to take further action, but I'm not going to. I don't want to. I don't want to go to court. I don't want to deal with the court system. I don't care about all this. I'm putting this out there because the way that the GNA here is going to win is by rising above this. And this is our way of starting to rise above this. Donna says, the point is that we are all adults and are entitled to disagree with each other. Attacking someone because they hold different views or opinions is unacceptable, unnecessary, and juvenile. You're right, Donna. Big round of applause. Absolutely. Donna says, but of course, financial motivation will always win. That's the sad part. And let me share more proof. Here's the thing. Adventure AZ Dana. Apparently you hid your channel. I had no idea because I wasn't paying attention to any of you folks, right? But then you unhid your channel, and then I started to see, I guess for some reason I was still subscribed to you. I don't care. It doesn't matter. I don't think you're a bad person, Dana. I've never thought of you to be a bad person, but you unhid your channel and you started posting erratically. 2 days ago, you posted probably like 30, 35 postings. A lot of them were targeted towards Tammy, myself. Some of them were targeted towards male Jamie, known as the former Legion guy. And I was like, wow, this is insane. And I should have screenshot them, but I didn't, right? You deleted all those. But then you came back the next day, which was yesterday afternoon and early evening, and you posted in a 4.5 hour period of time, you posted 30 community postings. And I screenshot all of them for my records. I'm not going to put them out here. I'm not even going to go into great detail on them. I'm not going to share them, but I will share my thoughts, my brief thoughts, because wow. You made 30 community postings in like a 4.5 hour period, and I'm surprised YouTube didn't lock you out. At least we know there's a high limit of postings you can post before they stop you from posting for the day. Wow. Maybe at the 30th one, they cut you off. That's why you stopped. So maybe 30 is the limit. You can let us know if you want, Dana. That'd be a great thing to know. How many postings can you make in a 24-hour period? I think the number is 30. Because you posted 30 in a 4.5 hour period. Tia with the 3 thumbs up. You talked about my situation with Tammy and settling for $1,000, and you called me a beta male for that. So that makes me a beta male for settling for $1,000, which saved me a lot of time, money, and headache. It was the right thing to do based on the position she put me in. And she played the system and put me in that position simply over a business license. that I didn't even know I needed to have. Now, since that point, and right now, I have a business license with the city of Redwood City. I have an LLC with the state of California. I've always had a federal employer identification number, federal tax ID. I've always had a seller's permit. I've had those for over 10 years. Okay. And I also got a DBA, a fictitious business name. That's what they call it. It's a DBA, Elias Melas, DBA, Genuine Networking Association, GNA, registered with the county of San Mateo where I live. In California, you register your fictitious business names known as DBAs with the county that you live in. So everything now, there's nothing anyone can say about my business. It is fully registered in every way possible. Only thing I'm waiting for is for my trademark. And that's coming within a few months, right? And then, furthermore, Tammy, you're saying you're going to contest my trademark. That's fine. You have the right to do that. You can put in another $500 to $1,000. You can play the system. I know what you're going to do. See, the thing is, Tammy, I might as well put it out there because you're going to do it anyway. And I'm going to call you out before you do it because I already know your game. So you see, you're going to try to stop this trademark from registering as long as possible so you can keep on doing what you're doing. Listen, register trademark or not, do what you got to do. You want to keep talking about me all day, every day to these haters and making money? I don't care. We're moving on. Okay? And if you want to contest my federally, my federal registration application when it gets published, if you want to contest that and spend the money, that's on you. That's on you. I've got all my ducks in a row. Okay? I've got all my ducks in a row. If you want to do that because you need more content or you hate me or for whatever reason you want to do that, do what you got to do. I'm ready to go. I'm prepared. I'm ready to go and I'm prepared. And I'm not scared about a damn thing. I've got all my ducks in a row. Okay? But you called me a beta male, Dana, because I settled the case. It was the right thing to do. It would have cost me a lot more money and time. And you already know how expensive it is to live out here in the San Francisco Bay Area. But if you feel better about yourself, Dana Adventure AZ, to call me a beta, then that's cool. It's all good. I'm cool with that. All that matters is how I feel about myself. All that matters is how my lady feels about me and how we feel about each other and how my family feels about me. Your opinions don't mean shit to me. They don't. They don't. I value opinions that are worthy of valuing, and I ignore others that don't mean shit. But let's continue here, okay? Mr. Sardine, let's read your stupid trolling comment. Tia will regret giving her hard-earned money. Thank you for abandoning them, Tia. Will regret giving her hard-earned money to the dishonorable schemer. He is not an honest person. Don't be fooled. It is all a drama show. What makes you believe I'm not an honest person? This is what I love doing. I love helping people. I've helped a lot of people free of charge. I've never charged Tia or anyone a penny to help them, except other people that have used my services in the past, which I'm not talking about that. But I've never charged any of these people, a penny. They donate to me because they've received value, or they like me, or they just want to donate. No one's forcing anyone to donate, you moron. It's not a drama show. This is who I am. And these people creating all this drama group and stuff, this has been one of the most fascinating groups of people to evaluate because all of them have issues in one way or another, in some capacity or another. All of them have issues, right? Now, continuing, Dana, you threatened to report Tammy to the FBI. You said that Tammy's got all these issues and stuff. Okay, I think you all have issues. We all have issues, right? Okay. Is what Tammy is doing right? No, it's not. But I've learned to ignore it and move on. And I've been focused on building my organization with real decent people, and we've been growing with real decent people. Today I'm mentioning this because I'm going to bat for Tia and others that want to participate with some of the other people within this group that are good people, but they're being given a hard time, or she's being given a hard time because of her association with me. Solely because of the fact that there's an audience of Eli haters that'll pay any creator money to talk trash about me, even if I've done nothing wrong, right? And the days of me making mistakes on YouTube, honest mistakes, are done. That happened 4 or 5 years ago. I've turned things around. I've grown, I've matured, and I've evolved out here, right? But a lot of these people are still from back in those days, and they still want to pay creators money to trash me based on back in those days. And that's what Tammy and others have continued to do. But it's dying down. It's going to die down even more very soon. It's on its way out. Trust me on that. Okay? So, whatever you want to do with Tammy, that's on you. You've been trying to get Tammy's attention. Donna says, I keep saying this, but we are all adults. We make decisions ourselves. Are we really going to be persuaded by people who don't even use authentic accounts? Of course not. We own our decisions. You're right, Donna. Well said. Well spoken. Well said. Thank you for that. Whatever you want to do with Tammy's on you. Okay? And you're trying to instigate a back and forth with her, right? And again, you're also saying that she's extorting from me. Now, this is my opinion, because only she knows what she's doing, and only a court of law can prove something like that. I'm not going to accuse someone, okay? But in my opinion, yeah, she is extorting from me. She's using my name. She's harassing me. She's doing all that. But I let it go because she's got a small audience of Eli haters. And she's got that off in her own little section there. And it doesn't affect me or bother me. Is it right? No. But I let it go. Now, if you're choosing to not let it go, Dana, and you want to go toe-to-toe with her, that's on you. I don't want to go toe-to-toe with her. I don't care. I'm done. Right? And then you went as far as you brought in male Jamie from the former Legion, whatever he calls himself now, Showtime, whatever, right? And you were asking him, first of all, you made those postings on your channel. Then you went to his latest his latest community posting where he said that he's going to be stepping away from YouTube for a little while. We'll see how long that lasts, dude. You've said that a million times. We've all said that, and we all come back. So, I mean, do what you got to do, dude. But you told male Jamie, why is he wasting his time on me? Because it's the same Coach Eli hate audience or Eli hate audience, right? And they make money doing it. All it boils down to is money, Dana. He's holding you back. I'm not holding anyone back. I've wanted these people to stop and get my name out of their mouths for years. They're doing this on their own. There's a method to the madness. It's about money. You're not getting that, Dana. This petty drama is going nowhere, and you can do better. And you're telling him that he has real talent. So be it. Maybe so. And then you told him you're curious, why involve yourself with these fakers? Because he's one of them. I think he's a lot better of a person than he comes off. I think he's capable of doing a lot more, and I think you're seeing that, Dana. But he's choosing to involve himself with these fakers because that's the audience he has that's paying him. And he hasn't figured out ways to make money on YouTube by creating any other type of content. Dana, you're better than this. Stop selling out. I've been saying that for years, Dana. And let me tell you something. You're spinning your wheels in the mud. You're trying to get yourself involved in all this. It's like you want the back and forth with Tammy and Jamie. Now, one final thing here, and then I'm going to go off the air. Well, a couple more things. Here's the thing. Dana's been talking mad stuff about you, Tammy, and you have not responded one time. You know why? Further proving the fact that you're focused on the only thing making you money, talking about me every single day, feeding your Coach Eli or your Eli hate audience, because I'm no longer Coach Eli, feeding your Eli haters what they want. And you're completely ignoring Adventure AZ Dana because she's not profitable to you. That's it. You found a cash cow in talking about me, and you're more so exposing yourself. You're exposing yourself. I'm just clearly stating what's happening. I'm clearly stating what's happening, and you're exposing yourself. Tia says, Donna, I don't understand their mentality. I ignore them. It's all about money. That's all it boils down to. Donna says, it's the best way. Ignore them. Right. But here's the thing. If this had nothing to do with money, if I wasn't around, Tammy would be trashing Dana and they'd be going at it again. But now Tammy's like, well, Eli's very profitable to me. I'm making 100 here, 100 there, or whatever, right? Why feed into Dana and lose my cash cow? That's all it boils down to, in my opinion, Tammy. And I think many other people know that as well. Now, Tammy, you can make all the content you want about me. You can respond to this. I don't care. I don't care. Whatever. Do what you got to do. I've got other things to do. Keep making long-ass community postings on me, trying to dissect my life. Sorry, I thought I heard something. We're good. Trying to just vent your frustrations about me. I think what you're more so doing, Tammy, is venting your frustrations about yourself. There's no other logical explanation. But yeah, obviously you're not going at Dana. You're still focused on me. You're not letting anyone distract you away from talking about me. That speaks mountains. That's like the shit test right there, Tammy. Everybody that watches this, whether they love me or hate me or whatever, there are people that you're probably no longer friends with that are going to watch this and they're going to be like, yeah, Eli nailed it. Yep. But the funny thing also at the same time is those same people were once doing the same thing you're doing. All of you have tossed me around like a wet rag for money, feeding that same Eli hate audience that was initially created by JB Gunner, and then it was more so created bigger by male Jamie. And for some reason, you folks just can't let that audience go. It's not me that you folks are having a hard time letting go. It's the audience that's paying you that you're having a hard time to let go. And I think even at some point in the very near future, they're going to get tired of this and they're going to stop donating. I've already seen the amounts of donations tremendously decrease. Eventually, they're going to dry out. What are you folks going to do then? Do something, more productive with your time, whether it's on or off of YouTube. That's all. I've got no hatred towards any of you. And also, one more thing, Mr. Showtime, James, Male, Jamie, whatever, right? You are the one running the Cuck Eli series of channels. It's you. Because every time it's you and probably some of your business partners. Because every time I make a community posting, you are one that will immediately share it on one of those channels, right? And I've seen other people comment and say the same thing all over these stock accounts and on your main channels. So you're trying to keep the Eli thing going and trying to scrape up the last bit of dollars you can. I get it. And now you're technically on this YouTube sabbatical as well, or you're taking time away from YouTube as well. Are you going to come back tonight because I did this stream? Because if you come back tonight and do this stream, number one, I'm not going to watch it. I could care less. You're just going to prove everything I said here is right. If you come back and dissect this whole thing to try to take money from the Eli haters or try to take money from Tammy or whatever, right? And maybe you're all revenue sharing, like I said, anyways. Who knows? You're just going to show your true colors. You're going to more so expose your own MO regarding this, man. So do what you got to do. I'm going to go. I've been on a lot longer than I expected to be. It's at the 1 hour and 43 minute mark. I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you, Donna, for being here. Thank you, Tia, for being here. Thank you once again, Tia, for your very generous $50 super chat here on the main channel. And Lacey, thank you for being here. If you're still here, I'm glad you're enjoying the show. I'm glad it sounds great in your car for you via Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay, or Android Auto. And thank you to everyone else. Thank you to Other Side and Tim Carr for being here. And Sandra, if you watch this on the replay, or anyone else that watches this on the replay, Lewis Fuller, Alex the Beer Master, or anyone else, thank you very much. Please like, share, subscribe, bang the bell, select notifications. Make sure you go in the description if you haven't already subscribed to the live streaming channel, the actual live streaming channel, GNA2, Genuine Live Personal Development. Go there, subscribe, bang the bell, select notifications. I'll be doing a Walking with Purpose stream sometime later today. It'll be day 4 of the GNA membership drive, and we'll be talking more about the GNA Positivity Pledge. You know, I'm really screwing this up today. You're seeing, I haven't done this in a while. We're going to do this one more time because I was muted there. One more time, and let's get some good laughs about this, okay? Technical difficulties, user error, whatever you want to call it. Have a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other. Third and final time, be good to each other.